Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon. Hello everyone, my name is Nur Fahana binti alias. Welcome to DUW10022 Occupational Safety and Health. Today, you will learn about Occupational Safety and Health Management System for Chapter 2. For learning outcomes of this course, at the end, student will be able to 2.1 explain the concepts of safety management, Osha standard management system, and principles of OSHMS. 2.2 show the establishment of Safety and Health Committee. Section 30 OSH 1994, composition of committee and specific function of committee. 2.3 describe roles of the management. Roles of the management, Section 16 OSHA 1994, and procedures in policy, standard, and safety guideline development. Concepts of safety management. Understanding the concept of the OSH management system will help us to understand the application of OSH management system in Malaysia and legislation needs to follow by industry. The rules and legislation are always protecting the worker safety and ensuring healthy workplace. The main purpose of the rules and legislation is to prevent accidents, illness, and injury at workplace. The objectives of Occupational Safety and Health Management System OSHMS be used to establish a framework for OSH management system. First, provide for the development of arrangements to comply with regulations and standards. Second, provide requirements on OSH management system to respond according to their size and nature of activities. Third, provide requirements regarding the integration of OSH management system elements in the organization as a component of policy and management arrangements. And fourth, provide a means to motivate all members of the organization, particularly employers, managerial staff, employees, and their representatives, in applying appropriate OSH management principles and methods to continually improve OSH performance. 5 components of OSH-MS 1722. First, policy. Second, plan. System planning, OSH objectives, development and implementation. Third, do. Responsibilities and accountability, competence and training, hazard control system. Fourth, check. Performance measurement, accident, incident investigation, auditing. Fifth, act. Preventive and corrective action, continual improvement. OHSMS system model. OHSMS such as MS 1722-2003 and OHSAS 18001 are based on the quality management system components of plan, do, check, and act PDCA. So for the inputs, vision, hazards, legislation, and third-party inputs. For plan, identify hazards, make arrangements, assign responsibility, and arrange resources. Do, enforce procedure, supervise, respond emergency, train, communicate, etc. Policy objectives. safe and healthy workers, productivity, organization, image. Check, monitor, surveillance, inspect, investigate, audit, record and analyze, and act, corrective action, review and improve. Dear students, so the existing OSH management system, there are two Occupational Safety and Health Management System standards, OH SAS 18001, Occupational Health and Safety Management System Standard. This standard was established in 1999, widely used and certifiable. MS 1722 2003 Management System Standard. This standard was published in 2003. This is a guidance standard. MS 1722 2003 Management System Model. Continual improvement, policy, organizing, planning and implementation, evaluation, and action for improvement. Establishment of Safety and Health Committee. Objectives: to introduce the concept of consultation and cooperation between employer and employees in upgrading safety and health at work, to increase interest and motivation of all groups of management and workers to participate in OSH activities. Students, let's have a look for OSHA 1994, Section 30, Safety and Health Committee. Employer to establish a Safety and Health Committee if employs more than 40 employees or when directed by the Director General. Membership selection and appointment as prescribed. Consultation with employees. The composition of committee from top management, we have chairman, employer or authorized manager, then secretary, safety and health officer, appointed by employer through voting from members. Next, we have management representatives, selected by workers or appointed by employer. And last, workers representatives, selected by workers or appointed by employer. Bear in mind, it needs to have minimum 2 if less than 100 workers and minimum 4 if more than 100 workers for representatives. Composition of Safety and Health Committee. A Safety and Health Committee must consist of a chairman, a secretary, representatives of employer and representatives of employees. Under the regulations, the employer or his authorized manager shall be the chairman of the Safety and Health Committee. Where 100 persons or less are employed, there should be at least 2 representatives each from employer and employees. Where more than 100 persons are employed, there should be at least 4 representatives each from employer and employee. Those with managerial responsibilities may be included as employer representatives, while those who are not in managerial position could be included as employee representatives. Continue. Meeting at least once every 3 months, more often in the early stage or in dangerous occupation. Plan inspection before meetings and suggest improvement. Review safety policy. Develop safe system of work. And minutes of meetings within 1 week to be distributed. Items for discussion: audits unsafe acts, unsafe conditions, maintenance, plant and machinery, OSH programs, induction training, safety campaign, status of actions from previous meeting, and safety concern from the management. For sections reports, incidents, for accidents and poisonings, and complaint by workers. The penalty 5,000 or 6 months jail or both. Regulation 32. Functions of Safety and Health Committee. Regulation 11. The Safety and Health Committee established at the place of work pursuant to Section 30 shall keep under review the measures taken to ensure the safety and health of persons at the place of work, shall investigate any matter at the place of work which a member of the committee or a person employed thereat considers is not safe or is a risk to health, and which has been brought to the attention of the employer, shall attempt to resolve any matter referred to in paragraph B, and if it is unable to do so, shall request the Director General to undertake an inspection of the place of work for that purpose, and shall have such other functions as may be prescribed. Rules of the management. First, organize efforts and procedures for identifying workplace hazards and reducing accidents and exposure to harmful situations and substances. It also includes training of personnel in accident prevention, accident response, emergency preparedness, and use of personal protective equipment. Rules of the management. Make arrangements for the safe use, operation, handling, and transportation of substance and plant. Provide information, instruction, training, and supervision. Okay, as you can see through the graphical that shows in the slide for rules of the management. Continue. Rules of the management. Provide safe access and safe egress. For example, emergency exit. Maintain safe working environment and without health risks and with adequate welfare facilities. Procedures in policy, standard and safety guideline. Duty to formulate safety and health policy, Section 16. It shall be the duty of every employer and every self-employed person to prepare and be appropriate revise a written statement of his general policy with respect to the safety and health at work of his employees and the organization and arrangements for the time being in force for carrying out that policy, and to bring the statement and any revision of it to the notice of all of his employees. Procedures in policy, standard and safety guideline. What is policy or DUW10012? It sets out company general approach, objectives, and the arrangements company have put in place for managing health and safety in your business. It is a unique document that says who does what, when, and how. And for company who have 5 or more employees. Procedures in policy, standard and safety guideline. Standard. Standards are developed as an extension of code requirements. Standards also represent consensus on how a material, product, or assembly is to be designed, manufactured, tested, or installed to obtain a specific level of performance. Safety guidelines. Guidelines contribute to the health, safety and welfare of the built environment by addressing subjects that are not adequately covered by existing technical information. The guideline development process begins with the identification and assessment of a proposed need. Develop rules and workplace procedures. The best safety rules in the workplace won't protect employees, managers, and visitors if they are not being followed. New hires and younger workers are especially at risk of being injured in the workplace. Employers must make sure that these people are given the appropriate training to do their jobs safely. Next, observe and practice the safety procedures established for the job. In case of sickness or injury, no matter how slight, report at once to your supervisor. In no case should an employee treat his own or someone else's injuries or attempt to remove foreign particles from the eye. In case of injury resulting in possible fracture to legs, back or neck, or any accident resulting in an unconscious condition or a severe head injury, the employee is not to be moved until medical attention has been given by authorized personnel. Do not wear loose clothing or jewelry around machinery. It may catch on moving equipment and cause a serious injury. Continue develop safety rules. Never distract the attention of another employee as you might cause him or her to be injured. If necessary to get the attention of another employee, wait until it can be done safely. Where required, you must wear protective equipment such as goggles, safety glasses, masks, gloves, hairnets, and etc. Safety equipment such as restraints, blue bags, and two-hand devices are designed for your protection. Be sure such equipment is adjusted for you. Pile materials, skids, bins, boxes, or other equipment so as not to block aisles, exits, firefighting equipment, electric lighting, or power panels, valves. Policy versus procedure. Policy are general in nature, while procedure identifies specific actions. Policy identify company rules, while procedure explain when to take actions. In policy, explain why they exist. For procedure, describes alternatives. Policy tells when the rule applies. Procedure shows emergency procedures. In policy, describes who it covers, while for procedure includes warning and cautions. For policy shows how the rule is enforced, while procedure gives the examples. In policy, describes the consequences. For procedure shows how to complete forms. And policy are normally described using simple sentences and paragraphs. For procedure are normally written using an outline form. Bye. Thank you for watching. And don't forget, safety first.